Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the Straight with End. Me, your host, Sasha Johnson, and of course, how are you guys doing? It is Sunday, lots of news to get into, but you see him in the thumbnail, N'Golo Kante, the defensive midfielder of Chelsea and of France, the man with 100 smiles. Lots of news about him and linking him to Manchester United, but not just any news, concrete news, reliable news. I want to bring it to you. But of course, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for those who have done so before. And of course, links to our various socials in the description below. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I know that we can reach that before the end of the year. Nevertheless, let me get into the news for you. And as you see, N'Golo Kante to Manchester United. And this is the latest news surrounding his potential transfer to Manchester United. And it says Manchester United are ready to make an offer for Kante should the renewal talks with Chelsea go unsuccessful. Ten Hag believes N'Golo Kante still has the ability, experience, and hunger to help his young Manchester United stars next season. Ten Hag wants Kante to kickstart his Manchester United rebuild. The club believes he is an attainable target this summer. Ten Hag and Manchester United also believe Kante still has plenty to offer, though, and can add quality to a midfield short on real pedigree. Say what you want about that. Call it fake news. Call it news that, is just clickbait, as they say. But it's an exciting prospect. N'Golo Kante is having talks with Chelsea about the new deal, but it's not to say that he's not coming to us. Yes, we don't have Champions League. Yes, we don't have a squad as good as Chelsea at the moment. But if Ten Hag gets to speak to him, if the club gives him an offer after he maybe declines the new deal by Chelsea, who knows? And I mean, with Ten Hag wanting him to be as one of the key players in his rebuild and kickstart his rebuild, why not? We know what N'Golo Kante can bring to our midfield. We know for a fact the quality that he possesses, the quality he shows on the pitch. I would love to see Kante in midfield. And what makes it worse is, frankly, de Jong. Also, there's progression in that deal. I mean, can you imagine a midfield of Kante, de Jong, and Bruno? And then you still have, what's his name, on the bench, Donny van de Beek, in a Ten Hag system. That sounds like a very, very good midfield. You can have Fred as a backup option. And I mean, if you play Fred alongside N'Golo Kante, I'm sure he will thrive. I'm sure if you play McTominay next to N'Golo Kante, he'd be a better player because Kante would be able to do what he does, covering the spaces, tackling, intercepting, being that player that can change defense to attack in an instant, driving through midfield, beating players, pressing, closing down. Guys, I don't have to speak a lot about Kante. We know exactly what he can do for our team. And the fact that Ten Hag sees an opportunity in potentially getting him at the club, that's an exciting prospect. I'm all for getting N'Golo Kante at Manchester United. Hell, I would want to see us sign him as soon as we can. Surely, if we get a player like Kante in midfield, perhaps, he can be not a stopgap, but a player that can actually be a what's the proper word that I'm looking for? Let me just think about this for a moment. Basically, he can be that key link in the spine that we will have from defense to attack. Guys, we've seen it with Leicester City. He was crucial to their Premier League win. Then he goes to Chelsea and wins the league again. Crucial to their team and still is to date crucial to their team. The final they played against Manchester City and won. Man of the match. N'Golo Kante was everywhere. Works tirelessly. Guys, I don't have to dilly-dally and try and explain N'Golo Kante to you guys. You know his quality. You know what he can bring to the team. And the fact that Ten Hag wants him should definitely excite us. So we have to keep an eye on that one. We have to tell ourselves, you know what? Things are moving forward in a positive manner. The type of players that we are looking to get into the club are quality players. It's no longer players that are, shall I say, widely seen as quality, and then when they come to us, they completely don't perform and they just give up. So let's see what happens with Kante to Manchester United. Like I said, it's a very, very good potential transfer that we can achieve, but we have to also be realistic. Kante might stay at Chelsea. He might have as much respect for Chelsea as the fans have for him and not leave. He might think to himself, you know what, if I am going to leave, I don't want to play for another club in England out of respect for Chelsea, just like Antonio Rudiger, who went to Real Madrid. We offered him the best deal that he could get, but he respected Chelsea so much and said, no, he's not going to play for a club in England against them. Well, he might meet them in the Champions League, but he's not facing them every week in the Premier League. So we have to respect that and understand that, but know that Ten Hag is looking at N'Golo Kante and has told Manchester United that he is the player that we should try and go for should his deal not be renewed at Chelsea. Moving along, I spoke earlier about the De Jong transfer gaining some momentum, progressing in a positive manner. Basically, there's two bits I want to speak about. First of all, sorry, just had to let that one go. I do apologize. I have to speak about Xavi. And he basically came out and said that he loves De Jong. He wants De Jong to be a key player at Barcelona, but there is an economical situation. And indirectly, he basically said, look, I don't want to sell him, but he is for sale. So a bit of an update in the progress with regards to the Frankie De Jong to Manchester United deal. And it says that Manchester United have made major progress this evening, being last night, for the signature of Frankie De Jong. This deal is closer than ever. Ten Hag has had positive contacts with Frankie De Jong and his representatives. Rangnick has also been involved. Now, guys, I said Kante, De Jong, Bruno. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that midfield three. It's a quality midfield three, that's for sure. Bruno would have so much freedom and so much time to play. He would be a different beast with that midfield, and he's going to be a different beast under Ten Hag for sure. I'm 100% sure that will be the case. Sorry. I mean, if there is progress with Frankie De Jong, I'll definitely bring you the news here. But it's good to see that we are making progress in the deals that we have. City signed Haaland before the window even opened. Surely we can do the same with one or two targets. And that kind of puts me into my next news, and it is about Erik Ten Hag. And it says that Ten Hag is pushing for transfer targets to be finalized over the next 2 weeks, and decisions taken on which players are to be sold and which will stay at the club and can approach the summer transfer market well prepared. So he wants his transfers and the players that need to leave, he wants them and that to be sorted soon within the next 2 weeks. That's basically by the end of May. And again, once that is done, they can definitely move on to other targets and start getting who they need to get for Ten Hag. Ten Hag has already given his transfer list. He's already given the players that he wants at the club. And there probably is already being conversation spoken about the players that should be leaving. So let that be something for us to look forward to in the next 2 weeks. Lots of transfer news coming through. And we will potentially see a incoming and an outgoing. We have one more game left. It is next week against Crystal Palace. I said in the previous video, if you haven't seen that, definitely go and check it out. Drop a like on the video if you haven't done so. I said that Ten Hag will be in the stands at Crystal Palace. So he'll be watching the team. So definitely by then we will hear more on any players that are coming to Manchester United and any players that are definitely leaving. On to the next news. And basically, Ten Hag is already conscious of the need for a revamp at Manchester United and is working to identify more transfer targets. And of course, Frankie de Jong is up there on his transfer list. Also, Ten Hag has stated to John Murtough that he wants to recreate the Ajax model at Manchester United by increasing players' value through the intensive individual programs he employed in Holland. He is also adamant he can improve players like Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Elanga, and Scott McTominay. Now, Jose Mourinho was the one who gave Scott McTominay his debut, right? And truth be told, it comes down to a point where you ask yourself the question, it's sink or swim for him next season. Same goes for Marcus Rashford. They need to perform. They need to improve. If they don't, they definitely will be sold. They definitely will be leaving the club. That's for sure. So interesting to note and to see that Ten Hag wants to improve a player like Scott McTominay. He probably sees a player in there that he can definitely shape and mold. But we'll have to see exactly how that is going to play out in the preseason and in the next season. Guys, that is your news for today. Manchester United and Erik ten Hag believe that we can get N'Golo Kante to Manchester United should the new deal that he's discussing with Chelsea be unsuccessful. Frankie de Jong has made contact with Erik ten Hag and Rangnick, and that shows a bit of progress in the Frankie de Jong deal to Manchester United. And of course, Ten Hag is definitely putting in the work. He's definitely doing what he needs to do to ensure that he has full power when the preseason does start. That he has the team that he wants there, doing all of this planning, doing all of this proactive work to ensure that he doesn't have to waste time on still getting players in and still integrating players on the last minute. This man is meticulous. This man is consistent. This manager is very detailed in the way he works, in his work ethic. And we have to respect that and understand that if this is the way he's going to do his managerial duties, if this is what he wants in terms of the restructuring at the club, then definitely he will bring success to Manchester United. Guys, subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you for those who've done so already. 1,000 subscribers is our goal at the end of the year. Thank you for watching the video to the end. I appreciate those who actually take the time to listen to everything that I have to say about Manchester United. You guys are absolutely awesome. That is it, me, Sashin Johnson, from the Stretford End. Till we speak again soon, Red Devils, have a wonderful weekend further. Bye-bye.